before passing everything I have learned to my colleagues. And I'm so happy that they can now do almost everything I do, but do it better as well, which is fantastic. Our foundation has very definite objectives and a mission statement to offer the very best treatment to people and societies who are underprivileged. Apart from that, it's to train people to continue this effort in a sustainable fashion. And research is a very important element in terms of discovering new things for the future, because in Egypt, but also in Africa and in many countries, there are genetic as well as accumulation of inflammatory diseases of the heart, as well as diseases of overdeveloped world, like coronary heart disease, hypertension, and heart attacks and all that. In our center, we have relatively well-developed breakthroughs. One is the tissue-engineered living valve, which is starting from a polymeric valve, which is not living, but actually attracts all the cells. It is amazing what it's doing. The other one is recovery or reversing heart failure. Heart failure is a dreadful epidemic affecting so many people, and we had the biggest heart transplant center in the world, so we know how severe heart failure can be incapacitating, but it can be reversed by heart transplantation for 36 years or more. But there are other strategies using left ventricular assist devices with drugs to reverse heart failure. There is so much pain and suffering in communities through no fault of their own, which needs to be addressed. And most of the discoveries which is happening in the developed world actually does not reach 80% of the population of the world. Our foundation needs to address that incredible inequality. Following the experience with the Chain of Hope and then the Aswan Heart Center, there was a proof of concept that we can offer the very best treatment which can be offered anywhere in the world to the underprivileged group of people. So that encouraged us to expand. So that's why we moved to Cairo. It's 5 times as big as Aswan. We think it will be finished in March or April of 2024. At the same time, I have to say, there is an equally exciting project in Rwanda, in Kigali, in Central Africa, where we're having a whole campus to a population who have been neglected for so long, suffered from the genocide, but now deserve to be looked after. And it is right in the center of Black Africa. Everything we have is free at entry. We have been challenged about that many times by saying, how can that be sustainable? Shouldn't you have an income? Many times we think of that, while some of our supporters say it is not entirely for free, because we do not differentiate between the poor and the rich, and many rich people have complex diseases which need to be treated at our hospital, and then they pay for 20, 30 patients, and therefore it becomes sustainable. I am a very ordinary individual, and if I have done it, anybody can do it. How? Very simple. By pursuing three things. One is passion, and that's essential. You don't have to be a genius. You just have to persist in what you're doing. Keep at it, keep at it. And the last, almost more important, is to be humble. Talk to anybody, from common people to royalty, to anybody. Everybody is equal. But in science, in particular, every time you discover something and you think, wow, this is the top, you find that the top is much higher, and what you have discovered begs 6 other questions. So the ingredients are there for anybody to pick them up and run with it.